let us queue up part 3. A Realm Reborn Part 3. The adventurer's victory over Ifrit, the Lord of the Inferno, prompts comparisons to be made to the fabled Warrior of Light. Yet even as the feat draws the admiration of the masses, so too does it draw the ire of the shadowy Ascians. To what end these masked individuals scheme remains to be seen. The search for answers beginning with the one named La Habrea. Right. Shadow of Darkness. Minfilia would have you investigate the mysterious La Habrea. I am afraid there is no rest for the weary, Lavenza. We must delve further into the motivations of the masked man, the Ascian known as La Habrea. This is an ideal moment to do so, while our hands are not bound dealing with another primal. At present, we know little and less about the Ascians, only that destruction follows in their wake. I should not be surprised if these beings are behind the chaos that racks the realm. If my fears prove to be reality, we must do all in our power to stop them. Earlier, I sent word to each grain company to solicit cooperation. The Immortal Flames responded to the effect that they have information on a potential sighting. This is intelligence that we can ill afford to ignore. Go speak with Flame Commander Swift at the Hall of Flames in Ul'dah to inquire further. How you go about the investigation thereafter, I leave wholly to your discretion. But whatever you do, never forget that we are dealing with the unknown. You cannot take too many precautions. Be safe, Lavenza. Alright, so... to Ul'dah. The masked man? Ah, you are come on behalf of the Scions, of course. Yes, as we've already relayed to Lady Minfilia, there has been a sighting of this rogue near about eastern Thanlin. A brass blade stationed at Highbridge described him in detail when he alerted us to suspicious activity. I would point you to the witness, but I'm afraid he died not 2 days ago, slain by a marauding horde of Qiqirn. I didn't know Qiqirn marauded. Fate can be a cruel mistress. But do not be too quick to despair. Being situated on a trade route, Highbridge sees its fair share of travelers. Folk are always coming and going, and some among them may well have caught a glimpse of your target. You could do worse than to speak with a merchant named Hihibaru. The fellow's always starved for customers, and he'd no doubt welcome your attention, whether or not you have coin or the mind to spend it. And then Highbridge is in... yeah. Oh, that's right, I can just click on the map. I don't do that often. I forget that it's a thing. But a very welcome thing. So, Hihibaru. Every time a name comes up, I mean, I notice it, so I'm sure you all notice. Like, I get to a new name and it's like I say it and then pause, and I'm like, did I say that right? Welcome to Highbridge, adventurer. Whatever you seek, I, Hihibaru, can provide it. Probably. You're after a masked man? I'm not sure I have one of those in stock. Oh, you're after a masked man. Why didn't you say so earlier? Such an individual might have featured in one of the many rumors I've heard. If you linger a while, mayhap you'll learn a thing or two, huh? High Bridge Times. Hihibaru wants to help you find La Habrea. Maybe. When the Order of Nald Thal began excavating the ruins below, I had hopes that Highbridge would turn into a bustling hub for pilgrims. But thanks to the nigh endless beastmen raids, folk are too afraid to come within a malm of here. I sold everything I owned to get my venture started, and I'm loath to give up without making an earnest effort to stick it out. But if things keep going as they are, I'll be bankrupt before the moon is through. Whining won't do me any good, though. No, for my business to survive, I need business. Speaking of which, perhaps you'd like to browse my wares. Spend a bit of coin to help a struggling merchant? The masked man? Bah. Thal take your bloody masked man. I know what I said before, but vague rumors are all I've got. If you want to know about him, go and ask the other merchants. No matter how fruitful our research, funding is not so easily secured. Unearthing and restoring treasures of history costs good coin, and there are many who do not recognize the value of our discoveries. Aye, I've heard tell of the masked devil. Seems he's been appearing not only around Highbridge, but elsewhere about Thanlin too. Enough folk have reported seeing him to convince me he's more than a figment of the imagination, but little is known about him otherwise. On the trail of a masked man? Aye, I've heard of him, but only in hushed tones and faint whispers. It's said he wears a black hooded robe and looks right suspicious. And that's about all I can say, little though it is. Have I seen a masked man wearing a dark robe? No, I haven't, nor do I wish to. Business is bad enough without shady characters lurking about. Folk have been giving Highbridge a wide berth because of all the Qiqirn raids. None but the most devout of pilgrims are willing to come here anymore. That still kind of trips me out, like marauding Qiqirn. I mean, I guess there are... Yeah, because I think I had to fight some Qiqirns early on in Lenosia. I don't know. For whatever reason, I forgot that like there were any aggressive ones. Still, the thought of like a horde of them attacking people, I don't know, more adorable than terrifying, but then again, I haven't seen it. Judging by your expression, I take it you didn't learn much of use. Look, I'm sorry for my rudeness earlier. It's just that things are tough for us merchants at the moment. The Qiqirn raids are so constant, so organized, we're beginning to suspect that someone is orchestrating it all. I tend to put my own welfare first, like most of us do, but that doesn't mean I'm a bad person. I promise to keep an eye out for your masked man. If I see or hear anything, you'll be the first to know. Where there is smoke. Hihibaru has information that will surely lead you to La Habrea. I've finally got some honest-to-God's information on your masked man. Why so confident? Because I saw him with my own 2 eyes. I was standing right here. Why didn't you just point him out to me? I was out for an evening stroll, minding my own business, when I noticed a column of smoke rising from a cliff over at Thal's Respite. Curious, I took myself there to find a masked man, your masked man, I'm sure of it, standing by a fire. As if in answer, some Qiqirn appeared soon after, and the group began talking at length. I'm afraid I was too far out of earshot to hear much of anything. After the group had dispersed, an idea came to me. If you were to use this smoldering coal to start a fire, you might be able to arrange a similar meeting. It will be dangerous, I shouldn't doubt, but you've proven yourself more than a match for a pack of rats. So what do you think? That's some sound reliable information, if I do say so myself. Well, worth all the lingering about you've been doing, wouldn't you say? So let's go create a Assian ambush. Oh, here we go. A red-hot piece of carbonized wood that, when placed on wet wood or leaves, will create a billowing tower of smoke that can be seen for mounds. Oh, is that all you got? Okay. Evidently, I picked up a ward of the destroyer. Much back and forth out here. Thank God for flying. Back so soon? Were you able to find any clues leading to your masked man? Ward of the Destroyer, a paper ward inscribed with a prayer to the patron deity of Alamigo, Ralgar. This scroll, it bears a prayer to Ralgar the Destroyer. In case you're unfamiliar, Ralgar is the guardian deity of Alamigo, which is currently under Garlean rule. It's highly uncommon for folk of other nations to revere him. I'd wager my last gill that your assailant was Alamigan. It seems this masked man of yours is very well connected. I must confess, the merchant in me envies such a diverse network of contacts. That self-same merchant also senses danger ahead, and darkness besides. Are you certain you'd rather not take things nice and slow here at Highbridge? On to Little Alamigo. Hihibaru has a suggestion to help you with your investigation. The Alamigan bandit you had a run-in with is somehow connected to your masked man of mystery. So it stands to reason that if you want to pick up the trail again, you should head toward Little Alamigo over in southern Thanalin. Just so you know what to expect, the settlement is the favored destination for those refugees who couldn't, well, adapt to life in Ul'dah. The hearts of the denizens are said to be as barren as the wasteland they live in, and for all intents and purposes it's a lawless place. Be prepared for a not-so-warm welcome. Now, I'm not certain how much a help she will be, but it just so happens I have a daughter who has relocated to little Alamigo. Her name is Hihira, and it shouldn't hurt to seek her out first. And while you have her attention, I'd be obliged if you could send my love. Not a day goes by that I don't think of her. I suppose this is it then. I had hoped that you would linger here a while, cull some fiends, spend some coin, what have you. But something tells me you're destined for greater things. Wherever it is you end up, I wish you the best. Oh, well that's lovely of him. A kind Lalafell? Wait, little amigo. I mean, generally it's like Tataru and Kryl. And then the rest of them are just villainous bastards. Why, yes, he Hebrews my father. He said what? I wish I could be a better daughter to him. It's just that... Oh, I'm sorry. I shouldn't bother you with family matters, but I am grateful to you for delivering the message. Now then, what brings you here? A masked man. I'm afraid the description doesn't ring any bells, but one of the others here may have seen something. I would recommend you first speak with Gundabald, the leader of the settlement. I must warn you, though, he isn't exactly accommodating to outsiders. Dude, who is? Like every new little town or village or settlement you go to, you're always warned that, the next person you need to talk to doesn't like other people or outsiders or whatever. Who are you? State your business and be quick about it. Looking for a masked villain, you say? And why should we help you, pray? We struggle enough without having to answer the whim of every outsider. You are not welcome here. Be gone. Well, okay. That was probably the first one that really was just like... won't talk to you. Okay. Now I talk to some random person over here. Gisselbert. T for 3. Gisselbert would like to aid in your manhunt. Well met, adventurer. I'm Gisselbert, head of security here at Little Alamigo. I heard tell you had business with Gundabald. Knowing the bristly old bear, I don't doubt he told you to bugger off. Owing to their hardships, the refugees don't trust anyone but themselves. Not even my men and I can get so much as a word as thanks out of them despite watching the place day and night. But thanks or no, I try to help my fellow man when I can, and you seem a decent sort. If you tell me what's brought you here, might be as I can lend a hand. On the trail of a masked villain, you say? Can't say that sounds familiar, but I have men on lookout for a Malja to the south of here. If there's been any suspicious activity, they are like to have seen it. I had a mind to take them each a cup of sweet Thanalin tea so as to lift their spirits. If you were to run this little errand in my stead, they'd be all the more willing to tell you what they know. It's so funny, like watching other streamers, YouTubers and stuff going through the game and reading text. I was like, man, I can read better than that. Yeah, until you're actually doing it, and then it's just a mess. Oh, and I passed by a whole bunch of others. Oh, well. Deliver the cups of tea. Who the hell's are you? I'm trying to conserve energy here, so leave me alone. A piping hot infusion of freshly picked young Thanlin tea leaves mixed with rich goat cream and a generous spoonful of golden cactuar flower honey. So funny, like you see, like all goat cream or just like goat cream, and it's like ew, but then it's like like I don't know, like if you said rich cow cream, it still sounds kind of gross, but normally you don't like put like with milk, you just say milk. You don't include the cow part. Well, ain't you considerate? My thanks, friend. What's that? A masked villain? Hiding among the refugees like as not. Oh, hiding among the refugees like as not. Me compatriots as live here go about as though they're dead on their feet. 'Tis near impossible to tell what's on their minds. For all I know, they're all up to no good. Oh no, I was looking at the map upside down or backward or reverse. Please, you must help me. I'm being hunted by the Amalja, and if they catch me, they will kill me. You see, I was tasked with infiltrating Zanrak and stealing their battle plans, but I was caught and taken to the Bowl of Embers for tempering. However, I managed to escape when the carriage transporting me and the other slaves slipped off the road. Though I have had somewhat of a head start, it took their battle drakes little time to pick up my scent, and now a party of pursuers is only a matter of miles away. I must get to the Aetheryte at Little Alamigo, so I might relay my findings to the Flame Commander, but do not believe I can make it on my own. Oh, wow. Then you have sentenced me to death, or worse, tempering. Yeah, I didn't. I just saw a symbol over somebody's head, didn't even realize what the symbol was. And yes, I'm just leaving the dude to die. You there. Are you an Amalja? No? Then carry on. Ah, this sophisticated aroma. It has been forever since I had a drop of sweet Thanlin. I'm going to enjoy this. What? A masked man? Don't know, don't care. Unless he's got dark, scaly skin, stands 10 fulms tall, and has the face of a lizard, then I don't give a mummer's fart. Well then. Shoo, shoo, don't bother me. If the Amalja overrun us, I'm blaming you. For me? You shouldn't have. Sorry? A suspicious masked man? As a matter of fact, I caught a glimpse of someone fitting that description during patrol. Well, I couldn't quite make out whether it was a man or not, what with the mask and the robe. But assuming it was a he was talking with some Alamegans. I assumed he was one of them. Something tells me this is not the masked man we're looking for. Could be, though, but... Ah, you're back. So did my lookouts have aught to share with you? That doesn't sound like much to go by. If you're to get any further in your investigation, seems to me you'll need the cooperation of the Alamegans. For this, you'll need to win their trust, and that won't be an easy task. Always got to win the trust. Foot in the door. Gisselbert would offer you some advice regarding your investigation. So you're determined to press on with your investigation? Then I have some advice to offer. As I said before, you won't get far without the Alamegans' trust, and the best way to win that trust is to get a compatriot of theirs, someone they respect, to vouch for you. coin does the talking in Ul'dah, but the Alamegans are bound by something far stronger, if not as tangible, a common purpose. That purpose is, of course, the liberation of their home from the Garleans. I did that. Gundabald belongs to the Alamegan resistance, so your best bet would be someone who's part of the same crew. If you know any well-connected people, you might want to start by asking them. Oh, and now back to Minfilia. Which I assume she's not just hanging out in southern Thanalin. Yeah, the back and forth is... I don't know. I guess it's not that bad. Well, okay, it's not that bad with the flying. I don't remember, like, I don't remember ever feeling like overwhelmed or whatever by going back and forth all the time. And again, I mean, this stuff was tweaked or whatever. So maybe like I'm not having to do as much back and forth as you used to have to do. I mean, if you did have to do more of it, then... But again, I don't... Like, I did it when it was long, and I don't remember having an issue with it. Maybe I just have more patience than most people. Welcome back, Lavenza. How fares the investigation? I see. Given all that they have suffered, it is of little wonder the Alamegan refugees have lost faith in their fellow man. They have had their homeland taken from them, and for the past 2 decades have had to see it remain in the enemy's clutches. To compound matters, none of the 3 city-states have the means to take in all those who are displaced. As a result, a great many Alamegans now live on the margins of society, suffering poverty and discrimination. Would that more could be done to ease their hardships. I fear that nothing short of reclaiming their homeland would be a lasting solution. But let us deal with one problem at a time. Returning to the matter of your investigation, it just so happens there is an Alamegan native among the Scions. I should be pleased to introduce him to you. Meeting with the Resistance. Minfilia wants to introduce you to an Alamegan member of the Scions. My guess is that's probably Ehrenwald. Thinking. Your Alamegan comrade is named... Oh, no, okay. Haribert. He joined our cause in the hopes that he might find a way to liberate his homeland. While he spares no effort towards that endeavor, I have no doubt that he would be glad to assist you. If I recall correctly, Haribert is currently between missions. Try looking for him in the storage area. Okay. When it takes a little bit longer to load, I keep thinking it's a cutscene. Seeing as everybody is still in the same place, I assume they have nothing new to say. Oh, this dude. Okay. If it isn't Lavenza Shark, the Scion's rising star, is there aught I can do for you? You wish to win the trust of the people of Little Alamigo. That is a daunting task, my friend, even for our own countrymen. I would like nothing more than to help, but I'm afraid my name no longer carries weight with that lot. I used to be a member of the Alamegan resistance, you see, but I left in favor of joining the Scions. Though my allegiance may have shifted. My purpose remains ever the same. The liberation of all Amigo. I mean, is he around in Stormblood? Because I don't remember him. Yet whatever my reasons were, I abandoned my comrades, and they'll have nothing to do with me. Now, while I may have no more friends in the Resistance, I know someone who does. Her name is Albreda, and she is a resident of Quarry Mill. Say my name when you meet her, and she won't lead you astray. All right, off to Quarry Mill. Oh. Huh? You want me to introduce you to the Resistance? Ha! Why the hell should I do that? Give me just one reason. Harbert sent you? Grr, that worthless whoreson. He abandons his comrades, his woman, and now he has the gall to ask me for a favor? Simply incredible. Okay. I realize Harbert was only doing what he felt was right. He's a good man, and if he trusts you, then that's all I need to know. You see that bloke there? That Mefred? Oh, that's Mefred, a captain of the Resistance. I hope he can give you what you need. Thank you so much for watching this video. I've had a lot of fun doing these streams, and if you want to join me live, the link to my Twitch is down below. And if you've liked this video, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.